Hey guys, thank you for checking out this review video. Not only is it going to help you review, but it will give you free answers on the quiz. All right, so let's say you see a question that looks, I don't know, something like this for number one on the quiz. If you're a visual person like me, go ahead and set up your little balance beam. And remember, we're trying to get this x by itself by doing the opposite of whatever's being done to x. So in this case, it's being multiplied by 5. We're going to divide by 5 so that way they cancel out. Okay, so since this is being multiplied by 5, we're going to divide by 5. Now to keep this equation balanced, we got to make sure that we divide by 5 on the other side as well. Okay, so whatever you do to this side, you have to do to the other side. So we're going to divide by 5 on both sides to keep things balanced. All right, I like to do a nice, neat little line underneath, so that way I know that my step here is done. Okay, so if this cancels out, I'm going to copy down what I have left in that equation, and that's just x. Yes, that was my goal. Now I need to take this 30 divided by 5, and that is 6. My answer is 6. All right. Now this one is a two-step equation, but don't freak out. Remember, with two-step equations, you want to get rid of the plain Jane numbers, so anything that does not have an x attached to it. Okay, so I have this 15 right here, and it's a positive 15. In order to cancel this out or to make it 0, I'm going to subtract 15, right? 15 minus 15 is 0. If I do it to one side, I gotta do it to the other side. Put a nice, neat little line. Okay, now these cancel out because 15 minus 15 is 0. I'm going to copy down what I have left in my equation, and that is just x over 6. And then 17 minus 15 is 2. Okay. All right, now this is kind of scary because fractions freak me out, right? They're complicated, they're scary, but here's another way to think about fractions, that way they're less scary. This is really just saying x divided by 6. Okay, now I know how to cancel this 6 out, right? If this is x divided by 6, I just need to multiply by 6. If I do it to one side, I got to do it to the other side. Those two would cancel out. I'm going to copy down what I have left in my equation, and it's just x. Whew, that was my goal. And then 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 6 is 12. Your answer is 12. All right, last part that we're going to review together, and this is those nasty create equations from a word problem question. This may or may not be the exact question that is on the quiz, so this will help you out a lot. All right, when you're doing these problems, the first thing you want to do is kind of figure out what your equation is supposed to be calculating. So let's go ahead and read through it. Rita takes a yoga class at the gym. It costs $10 per class to attend. Rita also needs to buy a yoga mat, which will cost her $15 one time. So she doesn't have to buy it every single time she goes to yoga class. She'll buy it once, bring it with her every single time. So she's only paying $15 once. Okay. Write an equation that will calculate the total cost of Rita's yoga class. So our equation will probably look something like this. We have a bunch of stuff, and it's equal to the total cost of her yoga classes. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so now that I kind of have an idea of what my equation will look like, even though it's a very basic idea, I can go ahead and start filling in the information that will go on this side of the equation. All right, step 1, find the variable. And this is the thing that can change. Remember to look for red flag words like every or per. That usually means there's a variable. So Rita takes a yoga class at the gym. It costs $10 per class. Okay. And let's just do like a check in our brains. Can she change the amount of classes that she takes? Absolutely. Right? She could take one class, she could take 5 classes. She gets to decide how many classes she takes. So I'm just going to put C for class. That's our variable. the coefficient is usually attached to the variable, and it's something that can't be changed. So in this case, what's attached to our variable? Well, the cost. $10 per class. She can't change the price of the class, so that is definitely our coefficient. All right, so now you can kind of figure out how your coefficient and variable go together. $10 per class. So if she were to take 2 classes, I would take this 10 times 2 to figure how much her total cost would be. If she were to take 5 classes, I would take this 10 times 5 to figure out how much her total cost would be. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of guess that this 10 times c, or even just 10c, is going to be somewhere in my equation. All right, now I need to see if there is a total. Well, remember in this one, we're looking for the total. That's what we're trying to calculate. So there is no total in this word problem that will help us out. That's what we're looking for. That's the unknown part still. Step 4, find the constant if there is one. And the constant is going to be a number that is either adding or taking away from the total cost. Okay, Rita also needs to buy a yoga mat, which will cost her, cost $15 one time. So remember, she doesn't have to buy it every single time she goes into yoga class. She'll buy it beforehand, and then she can use it for all of the yoga classes she attends. So it'll only cost her one time $15. All right, so I need to figure out if this is going to be, so 15s are constant for sure. I need to figure out whether it's adding or subtracting from the total cost. And since she is buying this yoga mat and we're looking for how much it costs to go to yoga, this is going to be adding to her cost. So if I had like a receipt, I would have classes. Look at that neat handwriting. $10 per class. And then I would also have like this yoga mat, $15. And that would all add up to the total, right? So the reason why we are adding 15 is because it's adding to the cost. Go ahead and erase this abomination right here. All right, so that's what your answer is. 10C, or $10 per class, plus the $15 yoga mat is your total cost. All right, if you guys need help with any of those questions, feel free to stop into that Google Meet and ask. Good luck.